Hello everyone and welcome to Team Fortress TV, and today we're going to be covering ETF2L Season 31 sponsored by Copenhagen Games, and today's going to be where das liest doof versus SWIFT, and today I am myself, I'm here, hello, this is Console on Production, and we have Lucky, our analysis for today. So Lucky, how are you doing?
Fantastic, to be honest, man. Fantastic. Had a really good. Looking forward to some good TF2. That's what I'm looking forward to all day. Actually, watching SVIFT and the Germans fight against each other. They're two strong teams. Plunk, how have you been doing today, though?
Nearly burnt my hand off. Apart from that, pretty good. No bad.
Nearly burn it off doing your engineering stuff. Fantastic.
That's what life is all about. The winter, man. Here for Imagine. No for Sajin. But yeah, so how do you think these games are going to go, Lucky? Because as you said, you've been watching them play pretty fast.
I've been watching walk, my friend, these two teams. The German, well, I'm going to go over SVIFT real quick and how they've been playing and how they've been doing and stuff. So their roster lies in the hands of the scouts being Alba and Ixie. The soldiers are Polygon and Rising. The medic is Martin. The demo is Smire. And they've come out with some pretty good scores, going to be honest, because they drew a team that I thought was going to absolutely smack them, which was Ascent. Came out of nowhere. They got 6-0 by 7, no big surprises there, and they won against the Fellowship. So they've been doing pretty well overall, Plunk. What do you think about their roster overall first?
It's pretty strong, although they did have a wee bit of a roster shake-up with adding some old members for the past team that I forgot about, and Aya was back for medic for a wee bit, I'm pretty sure, but this is kind of, the first iteration of this season's SWIFT roster, or bus crew, whatever you want to call it, what it was at the start. But yeah, I think it's strong enough for itself, and new or old subs or not, the Martin medic, class guy, class medic.
We are getting into this, Monk.
Already? Why?
Yeah,
I wasn't looking.
We're going.
But anyway, let's taking off this first mid, we can see both demos. Actually, Smeary a wee bit faster than Waharia, but that doesn't matter. He fires off the first stick, but never doesn't matter. Waharia is going to hit it, but we do see Scout able not quite taking the high ground, getting direct to his rocket, but we do see Fishcock going in, baiting in, but we see Dr. Phil going in for the backup bomb. It doesn't clear it. Martin does go down either way to Waharia's pipes. Oh, Alba, clean up, Martin down, Smeary down, Polygon down. It's not going too well. It's only 2 scouts left, and Alba's extremely weak. He's going for the medic. Doesn't quite get the shots he needs. Honey survives, but that's it there. That's all she wrote. It's a wipe.
Incredible. The soldier play coming out of Dr. Phil and Fishkopf is really what made that mid there. Dr. Phil just bombed over on Fishkopf's bomb. He went and hid in Saw and did his whole thing. They all turned around. Fishkopf came in, dealt significant damage. And then it was just clean-up time for the scouts. I mean, Shocky is so potent, Plunk.
Yeah, Shocky or Stefan, and now he's known in game as, or ETF2 in general, did have a wee bit of an alias change, but as we do see them coming in right now with the Germans having 50% Uberad right now, they're going to probably take it to right shutter, or left shutter if you're watching from Red's perspective. They're waiting to take it in, just kind of waiting for the moment. They do take it in right now, in fact, as we do see it enabled. Going in, Sentry going down by Dr. Phil, getting spammed out. Oh, Uber on the point, not too good right now, try to bait the sticks, no one's going to deny, no one's going on point, we do these soldiers go to point. Polygon getting completely destroyed there, as everyone's going to go in the point all weak. This Alba quite weak himself, although the B is on him. Uber's coming out from Martin, the Uber does get popped off, saves Alba. The Germans can stay in here, there's not much.
Yeah, they can.
They can just stick you off the point, get everyone on it, ready for the fight, and looks like it's going to be a round to them.
That's a fantastic push coming out of the Germans there, actually. They dealt with that Uber really well. The SVIFT side were building that really hard to try and get that in preparation for that last push. But as soon as they got it, the Germans just already had killed most of their players just playing for frags with the Uber. It was just a really good last push overall there, Plunk.
Germans, maybe this might be the comeback. As only the first map after all, we do see demos, relatively same time, but different rollouts. Same stuff, different day, can't say a word. Maybe hitting another rocket starting in mid, not too good, but just waiting to see what damage goes. Dr. Phil getting completely denied, that doesn't matter. Fishkoff's going to go in, Martin suffers, just misses the earshot, but he's still alive as he is on the path. Martin walks in, no, what are you doing, sweetie, don't do that. But
that's not what you want, man. That is not what you want. You're meant to just backpedal into a direct rocket to the Tootsies. That's not what you want. But the scouts are actually in right now. Stefan is desperately trying to protect Honey Ryan. Both scouts are chasing. Stefan is eating all the damage, but the beam of honey just keeping him alive there. Both soldiers respawn, they're legging out. They haven't even capped mid yet, Plunk. After that mid fight went so well, and then Martin dies, they just scrambled so much. We do see Rising try his best to get onto honey, but nothing really coming of that. But they are finally getting mid, but they do have Uber.
Full Uber added that as well. Not looking too good. They can just cap this mid. Won't really get much, but probably better spawn for Rising, to be honest. That's really all about it. Polygon is up in the high ground. He's going to jump away. He's weak himself, and it looks like they might just give this mid away. There's no point in fighting there. I knew about this ass. Oh, I'm not going to get anything. Oh, never mind. Caster's Curse. They do get something, and that's an Uber Force.
That's what you want to see. There is now a 54% advantage to SVIFT. It's whether the Germans are... They're definitely going to know about this now, this advantage. They're going to start setting up probably on the mid there, just taking the high ground, getting some traps up, doing the normal hold thing. But it'll be interesting to see where SVIFT take this. They look like they are opting to go in through Saw right now, just clearing their way through there as they make their way out to mid now, Plunk.
So they are making their way out to mid right now. We do see Smeary just kind of checking, just looking about. Just outside Saw right now, but we do see Polygon and Alba taking it up through Catwalk right now as the space is going to be taken slowly but surely. Dr. Phil and Cole kind of backing off a wee bit. Maybe just give them the mid, play it nice and safe. They are getting the Uber fairly quickly. But Rising now down, that is a pick nonetheless, but Ubers are going to be equal any second now.
It's coming, there it is. There is a player advantage currently to the Germans. Because unfortunately Rising did get caught out there, but it was... Oh, Fischkopf is actually in right now. Going on to Martin, doesn't manage to get anything, does get cleaned up with the scouts. Scouts in such a good position on that mid there, just a wall of fire.
Oh my god, Exy, what are you doing, pal? Calm down. Stop pressing W. But he's going in even more. This might maybe take a little bit more than shoot, doesn't matter. His team's there backing up. Uber coming out from the Germans first. They're going to leg it out of that right now. Martin kind of keeping, you know, but not pressing his Uber button right now as he does get out. Maybe a rocket. Health is regen. As Polygon is in, gets Dr. Phil. He's not going to live for much longer. Yeah, he's going to die. But that's, you know, it's only Smeary and Martin left, so they're going to need to hightail out here, man. Get out. Smeary hitting some sticks and Fischkopf right there. Don't know the pipe stuff there, Chief. Just going to need to back out.
The spawners are there. They are currently 2 down on both sides, but there is a full Uber advantage coming out from the red side, and they are going to make their way through Kitchen right now. Looks like they do want to block this. Smearer's got the Uber popped on him, and he's just backing the hell through into the team. Fischkopf is behind, hits a nice air shot to Ixie, absolutely destroys him. He's still in behind them. The blue team now rushing through. Honey does go down, unfortunately, with the case of Smear. That was absolutely insane. War pounds. This is incredible Plunk. Phil is in onto Alba as well. Martin's just trying to escape through Kitchen. The soldiers are in. Fischkopf destroys Polygon. And that is an incredible fight coming out right there from the Germans. They actually controlled that one really well, but Rising is on top right now. He's just sort of lurking around. Alba's come through Kitchen onto Shocky. Can he fight the scout to be? And no, he can't do it. Rising is just getting a health kit. They do all get cleaned up there, Plunk. That was just unfortunate there. That entire fight took so long.
That was the definition of scrappy. Scouts behind. Water, you try to spawn camp. Naughty boy, didn't do that. That's bad for your health, because you end up dying. But looks like now with their demo down and a long respawn, you know, they're not really going to be... They do have players there, but Fischkopf has just spawned, so they're not really be looking for the most aggressive hold. Because you do see Rising going in for a wee bit of a bomb there, either bait or not. But Dr. Phil jumps in, worst mistake he's ever made. Not really, I'm just saying that for dramatic effect. But, you know, they do take second because they never had the hold, basically.
Yeah, they didn't actually manage to grasp onto much of that second. They just sort of got through without spam. Oh, young fuck! What? Warhair goes down immediately to Ixie. That was ridiculous. I don't.
That doesn't matter. But they're going in either way. The sentry's there. 2 scouts on point. It does come out from the side of the Germans, but we have the Frontier Justice.
Frontier Justice is in. If land tells a tale, is that the Justice. Frontier Justice, sorry, is to be feared.
What's Samsy though? So, or Simsy, whatever you want to call him. But anyway, it looks like they're going to retake second here. As Martin does get the force, as he does take a pipe there. I'm pretty sure, but actually going to clean up Dr. Phil right there. They could probably they need to cap. They can't just go straight to last. They did take the point off them. Good move there. So they're close. They're not going to try and. They're going to recontest this. They're not going to give it away for free. There's just damage is being exchanged left and right. Smeary going down as he does. I think he was surfing something there, but they're going to take the point back off them again. don't know what's happening. They're going to fight again. Never mind, as we do see Polygon going in for a bomb. Not really much happening as the scouts completely shut them down, and looks like Rising, hitting the rockets. Not getting much again. Both soldiers sacking, not really getting much.
Yeah, loads of damage being thrown out by Wall. They just, like, he piped all the players that came in and they just got easily cleaned up by the soldiers and the scouts, and there was nothing that they could do against it. It was just Wall playing in an incredibly good position with the heal stuffed up him, and he had 260 the entire time. A lot you can do against that. Uber advantage is now in the blue team's favour now, though. Plunk, as Polygon goes in onto Honey, try to get some done, does get the force, and they are now making their way through. Warrior is in deep.
Oh my Jesus.
Uber,
Doesn't matter, he gets Alba. Polygon killing himself though. That's a good player advantage, 2 player ad right now. They can probably make their way in there as they don't have scouts or a soldier. Free reign for the soldiers right now. As Warrior jumps in, knowing that, jumps in, probably try to stick it off as Ryzen going to try and go on the point bombs as well as Smeary jump right across. Not really much happened. Uber does come out from the side of Swift though. Honey surfing. He's going away. Surf's up, dude. Please kill me after that statement.
Plunk, go fetch the rope, I'll get a chair, and we'll sort this one out for you.
PG-13, sweetie. Not really, but we do see them taking it in the last right now. And with 2 down, Smeary and Rising, they're not really looking to do much as Stefan getting Alba. It's a scout down right now. They do have respawners as a scout standing on point. Looks like Issy's going to try and contest it. Smeary go down, Polygon down. Not much happening. Scouts on point. They've lost both their scouts as Warrior tries to get a bit more time. Fishkoff on point, tries to get Alba. Not much coming off. Honey goes down. It's only Rising left. He might cap it if he hits their shot. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter in fact. Dr. Phil. Okay, sweetie, you do that.
Dr. Phil was just hanging on that low ground the entire time. That fight just took forever to finish. There was no real strategy at the end. It was just who can DM the other guys. But the entire push in just to get through the doors in the first place was really well crafted. Coming out from the Germans there, Plunk, but we are going to see another mid take place now.
We are going to see it, and Smeary overshooting his stick as Warrior gets the first one off. Excuse me, did a wee bit, but hopefully unable, won't take the first one. But Polygon going down straight away, a wee bit too aggressive. Rising go down, both soldiers off the back. Dr. Phil goes in for a bomb, he gets shut down by the scout. Honey really weak right now, God knows what happened to him, but they're all going to just completely collapse in right now. Everyone's dead, and Ixie was the last one alive there, got cleaned up in the last few seconds right there.
Yeah, that was a... Unlike like on the first mid where you had Fishkoff and Dr. Phil doing all their bombs, they did exactly the same thing. They just scattered the mids. So like on the second mid, they didn't pull the same strategy twice. But now that they've done it again, hopefully SVIFT will notice that it's being done. But this could be the 3rd round in a row, Plunk, because there is full Uber round, but they are building a sentry gun now on last as a countermeasure, making their way in through lower already. Sticks have been called as definitely not on lower, so they should make their way into lobby here. Plunk getting ready to push at least.
Yeah, they are getting ready to push. They do have the nice Uber ad right now. They need to be cautious of the sniper, although he's not really, he's watching the right shot. But they're going to use it anyway, and he's going to have to switch off as the level 3 sentry should be getting picked off. Doesn't matter. Actually getting Fishkoff. That's 2 players down already. And that's a scout and a soldier. Warrior going down. Honey needs to get out with his scouts and that. But Martin does go down. As he did pop there, I'm pretty sure. Don't know what happened. There is only 2 up, and that's Honey. He's going to die. We've got 2 spawners, and it's only Stefan left. He's down. Bye bye. See you later.
Smeary did such a good job there. He as soon as he noticed where Honey and Stefan were, that he just jumped all the way through, stickied off the back entrance, so Honey was just stuck. There was nowhere he could go, and he just got flattened by a Polygon rocket and then cleaned up. And it was not a good spot to be in, but they did try their best to get out. I wouldn't have been able to escape in that situation for sure, but we are just seeing the even Ubers right now, a little bit of a stalemate, some classic Team Fortress 2, not a lot really going on here now, Plunk, just sort of chilling, killing time, doing his thing.
That is true, but maybe someone will go for a beer. Don't know, boring, someone do something. I don't like this.
It's usually, yeah, we are going to see Rising make his way up to window, but we will probably see a soldier sack coming out of the red side because the blue side, they've got 2 rounds on the board. They can afford to wait, they can play the clock, they can do whatever they want right now. They are just going to adopt for a bit of a forward hold, holding near sword, doing their normal thing, and I wonder if we're going to see any plays coming out from Alba where he's going to sack in, or a soldier's going to sack in, or he'll go back and can't sniper. Polygon is making his way in through sword.
Speaking of sacks, Rising was going in, but doesn't quite get in. Bit of damage on a wall, some fill as well. Honey takes the splash.
It's fine, don't worry. He lives. That was terrifying. That was terrifying for Smith. He was so scared. He was running so fast to get out of there, man. But we are just still seeing a classic stalemate. One player traded, no counter sacks sort of received. And we are just seeing Rising come back up, still on Soldier. But Red side looking like they're going to take the heels a bit now. Maybe looking like they want to take a trade potentially. But Smeary just still holding close. Not what we're going on. Trying to clear the sticks kind of desperately right now. Hopefully we see some plays happen soon because Alba is just sort of chilling out. I want to see him go on Sniper because he is such a legendary sniper.
It looks like the red are going to be taking a bit more space as we do see Polygon go in just to perhaps not make some space, but maybe going for a sack because it looked like he was trying to make space, go jumping that aggressive. But Rising's just watching the flank as per usual. So looks like the Germans, they have a bit more, space and sort it out. And looks like they're going to be taking it as Fishkov is jumping in. But it doesn't matter. Dr. Phil does get Rising though. That's good pick. It's both soldiers down. So it's going to be even. But do you see the Polygon Spy coming out right now? French.
Yeah, we are seeing the Polygon Spy. It's been known to work. It has worked before. So hopefully he'll get in onto Honey. Usually what we'll see out of Spy plays is they'll start to pull a fake push. So what they'll do is they'll start pushing into Saw, really make some noise, or they'll start pushing through lower or whatever, and the Spy will come in as soon as they're in position. But we are seeing a pause right now, I believe.
Oh, looks like we have another server. Do we have it?
Game updates change everything.
Fucking Valve. Sorry, that was my sister.
Nice. Talking about, man. So, Team Fortress 2 decided they were going to pull an update in the middle of Premiership games. So, it'll be interesting to see how this affects the game.
Nothing, because there's nothing of interest in this update. It's just for pubbers who want Halloween maps fixed. For some odd reason.
Okay.
Guys, major update. Major update. More than 50 megabytes, guys. Let's go, boys. It's major.
Let's go.
Got excited when you said there was a game up. I was like, really? Like something interesting's happened? But no.
The heavy update! No, we're denied.
Chief, let's not go that far. I don't want to have bad dreams about the heavy update. No one really wants to talk about that. Or think about it. At least I don't.
Well, what I don't want to see. What do you want to see the least coming out from the heavy update? I think this is the big one, to be honest.
I don't want one.
Yeah, same.
Oh yeah, but anyway, back to the topic of gamers. So with the Germans being, what was it, 3 rounds up? 2?
They're 2 rounds up.
From what we tell, it was a stalemate. Not really much happening. Just players trading. We did see Polygon Spy. I wanted to see something, but as per usual, Valve pulling their usual decks. But apart from that,
Yeah, we're just waiting on currently to get a new connect, so we can do stuff. But I think what we're going to do is take it to a short music break until we can reconnect to a server, and then we will update you from there. Should we do a speedy shout out to our sponsors for this tournament?
we should. If you want, you can take it away.
I will indeed take it away. This tournament, ETF2L Season 31, is powered by Copenhagen Games and STN Trading. massive shout outs to them. SEN Trading, a very good format for any trader mains like myself if you want to go and check out spending real life currency on some pixels for your video game, and otherwise you can put your pixels on the internet and people will pay their hard earned Great British pounds or whatever your local currency is for your hat. So we're going to take it to a music break and we'll be back very shortly. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone, welcome back to ETF2L Season 31, sponsored by Copenhagen Games and STN Trading, .tf, whatever, same thing. You get your hats, you get your stuff, the usual trading stuff. I'm not a trader main, the other person is in this, and that's Lucky, who is our analysis today. And first map, you can take away with the details and that. Your brother's on, German, so you can detail the whole match.
So, essentially what happened, right, is we crashed out from the STV and it was 2-0 currently. The Germans were smacking SVIFT in the face. But then SVIFT did a miracle and pulled back 2 more rounds against the Germans. So it was 2-2, so it was close. But then Germans defeated them in 1 more round. And then then the clock just sort of trickled out. So it ended up being a 3-2 victory to the Germans against SVIFT, which is not what I was expecting, Plunk. I'm going to be brutally honest, because SVIFT have had some really good scores, and they've managed to do really well against some of the top teams. Like they beat Ascent, and Ascent, if I'm right, just took a round off of 7. That is right. 7 have finally lost something this season, Plunk.
Well, we're here for the Germans, but yeah, 7 losing's a good thing. Love you 7, but sorry, but I like seeing you lose, except when it's at LAN, different story. But apart from that, it's good about that. But this map, who do you think it'll favour this time? It's different than Snakewater, Who do you think it'll favour?
Well, we haven't seen much of Sunshine in ETF2L. It's been taken away from us, I think, for a long time. I love Sunshine. After playing it this week with the boys on the squad. We have come to a conclusion that Sunshine is an excellent map. There are so many nice things that you can pull off in this map just because of the intricacies of the map and how it works. And because I've never seen either of these teams really play Sunshine. They didn't even really play it at LAN. It's going to be interesting to see how they both fare on this map. But I think, personally, that SVIFT, after what they had last game, they might kick it back in gear and they might pull it back. But I still think it's going to be incredibly close.
Probably I'd say, I don't know, I think it'll be probably after the crash, I'd probably be similar, but maybe Swift have finally warmed up, no more cold hands, they can, no more excuses they can use to, say that my wrist wasn't working correctly or my fingers were too cold so I couldn't click to get that 1 millisecond advantage. But now that that's done, they've probably warmed up, ready to game. Most of them, in fact all of them are in game. It's just waiting for the Germans now. But yeah, not really much to talk about from last game. There was not really much on screen. It was kind of just music, and music's kind of cool, but gameplay is cooler. That's a fact.
You could say that. You could say that the gameplay is far more fun than just music and the lovely, beautiful SFMs that we have available to us. But while we are just in this sort of pre-game, what do you think specific scoreline-wise, Plunk? Specific scores. So, like, how many rounds to the Germans, how many rounds to SVIFT? The SVIFT victory that you said about.
Probably just going to be the same as usual. Last game, I'd probably say 3-2 either way. 3-2 to Swift, 3-2 to Germans. I honestly have no clue, mate.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that. I think this is going to be one of the closest matchups we've probably seen since that game was so close. The previous game, the one that no one really watched because they couldn't. Yeah, but hopefully this game's going to be an absolute corker. Just wait for the Germans to get in, and we are seeing SVIFT actually ready up. So quick shout out to our sponsors before we start getting into this one, which is STN Trading and Copenhagen Games. STN Trading, a place for trader mains like myself to do whatever the hell they want with their hats. Sell hats for real world currency or buy pixels for real world currency. It's up to you what you do with that. And Copenhagen Games, obviously, going to be an excellent competition to witness. But we are seeing both teams ready up now, Plunk.
And ready up they have, and the round has started, the game are rolling out, and if they're not rolling out, they're doing the game wrong. These are Premiership games, and if they don't do that, they should be out of Prem. So far, not really spectacular. Demos out, Smeary coming through Flowers, and it looks like War's going through the choke. It looks like Smeary's going to hit the first sticky off one of them. Sticks flying away of the joint. See what both soldiers get up to this mid, because soldiers are important in mids. So far, we can see kind of both teams take a scrap. Stefan going across the point. We do see Fishkoff getting Alba, that's one scout down. Martin going down to Dr. Phil right there, good stuff. And Nate will walk across, getting Polygon, and Rising go down to Stefan right there. It's a complete and utter amble right now. It's only Ixie and Smeary left, and Smeary coming back up through Flowers, maybe going to take the fight. There's only 2 soldiers down on the side of the Germans.
Oh,
They're going to go in. Ixie gets Honey, bada bing, bada boom, and that's a wipe.
Absolutely incredible play from Ixie. Ixie's been so standout. He keeps getting these picks where you don't expect him to. But on that mid there, Plunk, both teams wanted to play on their side above their cafe. But as soon as the soldiers on the red team started moving forwards, the scouts got into such a defensive position. They were ready to take on those soldiers. So when they jumped, they got denied, destroyed, cleaned up, and then they got in onto Martin through the back of that and just managed to win out that mid. But now it is even Ubers. They're just holding, well, not quite even. Martin actually has an Uber advantage of around 30%. So it will be interesting to see if they actually play off this advantage, because they do know it exists. But 30% is kind of a small margin to work with. Since they can just run out and recommit with the Uber Plunk. So we will see what they do here. You're out there, Plunk? You alive? No? Okay, so I'm going to continue casting. So it would appear that SVIFT is actually making their way through Flowers right now. Rising is taking the bell tower right now, and they're just trying to make their way in, get a bit of space using Rising backing off back into Cafe, but we are seeing Polygon fly through. He's on top of the bell tower right now. He does get onto Honey, lands one nice rocket. They now pop this Uber out, and it looks as if they're not getting anything done with this one. They are actually backing the hell out. Smeary is trying to move forwards. Doesn't actually catch himself in the Tetris there. The soldier of Polygon managing to get through, but Warrior so deep. Oh. Martin nearly dies there. Does take a little bit of full damage. Still alive, however, hasn't popped this Uber. Incredible plays coming out from War actually, but unfortunately you didn't get Martin there.
Am I back? Am I alive again?
You're alive.
Okay, cool. Unfortunately, but looks like kind of things are rolling out there. They did, you know, Uber was popped on the side of the German, so that's going to leave about a 50% ad right now. They need to take the point. They're going to make their way through dungeon or whatever you want to call it, lower into lobby right now. They're going to get the heals going on, but the Uber ad is fading away as we talk right now. And they do have the sniper, now sniper 2 Putis. They have the sentry out as well, level 2. They're going to need to do something pretty quick as the Uber ad is now basically gone now. So they're going to need to do something. They're kind of just diddling about right now up top in the right hand corner. Looks like they're going to try and just take the space, keep it, hold, do something, wait for, you know, sentry pick or something like that. Keep it nice and chill.
Yeah,
as they do.
Sorry to be there,
Dispenser pick.
Wrong place.
Dispenser pick, boys. Push.
Push, boys, push. They are trying desperately for the sentry gun, but they're SVIFT did a really good job of keeping the spam on the gun right now. So like, it's really hard to upgrade that gun when it's being spammed. But he does eventually get it to level 3. He had it in a bit of the wrong place, so it was getting spammed by the soldiers early on, and there was no on the top left. So not a lot really being done right now. Polygon doing his best to counter it again, and the sentry gun could go down before the team begins. But it looks like Rising is trying to make his way and gets very weak right there. Doesn't manage to get anything done. Dispenser down, push, quick!
Yep, the Spencer down push, but Alba's also down, but doesn't matter. They do get the engineer and the sentry. It literally is like 1 HP. Never mind, it's down. So Smeary, actually speaking of 1 HP, he actually was on 1 HP, but Ixie a wee bit too, biting off a bit more than he could shoot, and his Eagles is down right there to water his sticks. You see them kind of, you know, doing their thing. Dr. Phil really weak. They're losing so many players on the side of SVIFT right now, and they're going to go behind the force coming out from Honey, but not very good. That's going to be a little bit of a issue in comms as they're going to need to get chased out.
Oh no, they are just getting chased out here. Albert actually eating so much damage, he goes down immediately. Great push out coming out from the blue team right here. Just unfortunate Smeary went down. He was probably expecting a new pop a little bit earlier. Rising is so low, but he's still in. He doesn't care. He doesn't actually get anything off the back of it, but correct plays coming out from him, and it looks like the blue team are going to start making their way onto mid. They're very well crafted coming out of the Germans. They are just going to start this cap off right now and see if they cannot get any aggression, just trying to deny those forward spawns, and they will eventually maybe get it.
Hopefully eventually, but they do get mid. And looks like they're going to be taking the thing out of the Aaron Cafe right now. They do have the Uber ad, and they're going to need to work off this. As Fishkoff, don't know what he was doing, but the scout's going to be in flanking there with. Oh, Ixie, my man!
Oh,
what are you doing, Honey? What are you you doing as well? Sweeties! War you go down. It's a complete and utter catastrophe. Phil trying to do something. Gets a rock up mark, doesn't matter. It's only enabled left. And he's taking the fight with Ixie in low right now. Pistoling out stop. And that's a wipe basically. Only Fishkoff getting the respawn right now. Honey spawning with Stefan. It's not really favourable, let's put it that way.
Yeah, I mean, that drop was a little bit... God, it's not what you want to see, because if he popped there, he wouldn't have been in any position to do anything at all. Because he was just stuck in the corner, and he was probably expecting the soldier to die, because he was quite low, and the scout should have been on top of him, but he doesn't pop because he's got, you know, big jimmies, but not a lot really happening right now.
Speaking of dying, Fishkoff.
Does the sack Northern trying to get the Uber out before they even get in, but they are looking to get the second point out. Oh no, Dr. Phil goes down as well. That's 2 down on the side of the Germans. It looks like they are going to come in, but Honey is so close to Uber right now. Plunk.
Oh, it doesn't matter. They're going to try and take it in as the sentry is down right now. They do have the space to walk in on the right side, and as they are doing it right now, no Uber's coming. The Uber does get popped by the Germans first, but it doesn't matter. He doesn't want to drop his demo on the side of Swift, so they pop. Smeary go to jump in, get a bit more damage. Scout playing the point right now as they do see that Polygon jumping above, gets the Scout. But Scouts just need to play point rather than going for frags. There's only Honey and Warrior left. Honey's the only one up, in fact. Doesn't matter, and that's a round to Swift.
It's not how I expected that one. No. It looked really good coming out from the blue team right there. They did manage to, they popped before the red team, however, but they did start sticking them off, did loads of damage. They dealt with the soldiers early. They just they overwhelmed them as soon as the Ubers were faded because they were so focused on that soldier on that one side that they got absolutely annihilated by sticks, pipes, and rockets trapped in that area there. So well played.
Well played indeed, but also console fixed the overlay. Anyways, we take it off with a second mid right now of first round. Anyway, doesn't matter. My math is very wrong today. But you know, so far just kind of waiting. Both teams kind of playing around. As we do see Polygon actually going to play right now, goes in, gets a rock on Honey, gets him just like that, nailed her, and he gets him down at that. Unable, and Stefan are really weak around to fill all week. They're ready to go down. Warrior is under the point. Oh, gets the pipe in. Rising, doesn't matter. Everyone's collapsing. It's only Albert left. Can he take the 3v1? He's weak himself. Gets Fishkoff. Doesn't matter. Albert making a last stand.
Oh my god, Plunk. That is not how I thought that would go either. Sunshine's unpredictable. You see these plays happen. Yeah, sure, they get Honey immediately. They have no heals. They're all damaged, and yet they still win the mid. It's just incredible to see how they position themselves. As soon as the mid goes down, they just all start splitting up, moving in the right places though, however, with their individual players, taking the fights they need to take, and in the right places, just so they don't have to take too much damage. It's just so well crafted coming up from the Germans.
Yeah, but it looks like so far it's kind of, you know, not looking too fancy. Both sides kind of even Ubers, even players. It's not a stalemate just yet. There's just holes waiting for the Uber. But don't know what's happening, boys. Just what do you think? What do you think's going to come out from, you know what I mean? Any sacks? Who do you think's the?
If it was me, I'd be doing the whole let's put the soldier. You take one soldier, you jump him on top of the wooden thing there, and then you bomb another soldier through choke. So they are healing both soldiers up in the choke right now. There goes through one, like I said, and there goes through the other.
Going in.
Oh, nice airshot coming out from Polygon! Incredible. That was insane. But yeah, so that did actually take place. So I'm surprised that actually happened. I predicted the future one.
Man's got a big brain, but doesn't matter. I see Rising going round on the flank. Gets a rocket off, but not much coming off as we do see everyone actually playing around flowers right now. Smeary.
Whoa,
the fake push! Gets that, distracting to get Honey. Oh my.
That was insane. What an airshot coming out from Polygon right there to drop Honey.
Oh. I think I just came.
PG-13. So we are seeing
Listen,
Swift,
man.
they have popped out the super, Martin is legging it, they are starting the back cap, however. Good play coming out from the blue team right here, even with the medic having dropped. Samira is currently trapped, there's no flowers. Dr. Phil is onto him, he does manage to take him out, even though he has heals. Honey is left alone in the force ball, but there's a back cap going on right now, and there is a round going for the Germans. That is absolutely incredible recovery coming out from the Germans.
Not, as you said, not expected at all. So this is another round, another day. They can change, you know, the course of the game. There's only 10 minutes in. They don't need to really worry about much and this and that. So far, kinda even, I'd say. So looks like Water, yeah, being the faster demo this time, Smeary and both demos actually eating pipes of their own right now. We do see Polygon going in nice and deep onto their tower right off the bat right now as he gets completely shut down. Still gets the health pack up in tower as we do see Fishkoff going down by Alba. Not really much Water, you really been getting a lot of focus on him as Dr. Phil also go down. I think he was going for Rising down as well. It's not really looking too good. Scrappy fight all in their cafe right now. Smeary hit the pipes on Stefan right now, and they're going to need to watch out. Honey does a pipe as well. They're going to back out, run out their life, get out, don't do something. Smeary hit another pipe on Unenabled. What is this man made of? He's made of meat, because he's human. So it looks like they're going to be, you know, they do have Uber on both sides. No medics died. They can kind of just, you know, play it safe. They're not really play it safe. They can kind of, you know, both teams don't really want to lose the round. It is tied now. They kind of just want to play it nice and safe. They do want Rising. Looks like he was going to go in for something, but messed up his bomb. Maybe he'll try again. Oh well, no Rising. Let's begin. But Polygon, in fact, he actually does something.
That
doesn't really work out.
Was so fast. He managed to skip jump through flowers, hit a speed shot, and then land on Honey's face and still missed.
Bless.
That was the fastest jump I've ever seen a soldier do through flowers ever. But it is looking like they are gonna try and get some pressure on Cafe right now, but no one's really holding it too close. And there are sticky. I don't know. Okay, he's dead stickies anyway. But he put stickies on the high ground. They're expecting a soldier to bomb through as a counter sack right there. But nothing really coming out of it, and it looks as if we're just going to have a, you know, the classic stalemate take place right now. But we'll probably see some soldier sacks happen soon. This map isn't totally renowned for any sniper plays. The angles just aren't quite there. Unfortunately, on the flank of Polygon, does get taken down, however, by the combined power of Enabled and Fishkoff. So maybe we're going to see a counterplay coming out, Plunk.
Yep, unfortunately we do see Dr. Phil trying to do something. He bumps his head. That's going to hurt, but he goes once again, predictable, completely shut down. Bye bye. You had no right to do that. You had one shot, you took it, but you missed it. But it looks like they're going to be rotating flowers as Alba eats a nice direct rocket for Fishkoff right there. He's actually just running through the sticks. No fear as he wraps around. He's going to get out. Honey gets him just like that. No ball as he steals Rising's air shot. He's not going to be a happy boy. But he's going to be chased through a dungeon. He finally gets picked off. It's kind of not looking too good. There are people on the flanks. They need to watch out for that as everyone's going in for a bomb for Martin. Martin still lives. It doesn't matter. He does get the force off. So as Honey just spawns, they're going to need to chase Stefan right now, who getting body blocked is on war. No, not war. Sorry. Smeary. My brain is clearly not in the right mode today.
It appears to be melting out of your face, but they are making their way on the last right now. It's just Honey and Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil actually choosing to jump away from Honey there to go straight into the demo. May have been the right play in the end. Lots of damage has been done. Enable is currently up on the head. Fishkoff is very low on this last point. Does get cleaned up by Alba. Ward takes a pipe and goes very low. He's getting the beam right now, so he should be fine. Dr. Phil manages to clean up Alba on that push. There is 3 down on the red side right now, and it is Ubers are even. So if they're going to make something happen, now's the time.
Now is the time as we do see them taking it through lobby with the R6 on shutter. Gave me really wary of that. As Dr. Phil goes in, Smeary going down to water, he sticks right there. Polygon just getting juggled a wee bit there. It's both soldiers extremely weak. One arrow was missed. Polygon going down. Rising going to get picked off as well. So you see Martin run through the cafe. Doesn't matter. It's only Fishkoff there, and he's going to never matter. Fishkoff misses the shot, and X, he's obviously going to win that because it's excellent. He's won most fights, but as we do see them take mid now.
Both scouts are behind. Back cap.
Nah, one ham.
Oh, they're not going to do it. Oh, that's unfortunate. But both scouts are behind right now, and blue team know this. And they are Martin is still dead, so there are no heals. So they're just going to W it forward. If they start the cap now, they could probably get a back cap before they go into second. Dr. Phil is fighting out on mid, so not everyone is committed to this push, and they are starting to get spawners. And they are up right now. The back cap is being dealt with right now as they are starting to backwards to deal with this one. A little bit messy.
Oh, actually,
off the Honey, but doesn't get him, or getting a bit overzealous still.
Not really overzealous, to be honest. He was in the back cap. He was, you know, rotating. There was players there. He kind of just, it was do or die. You know, I'd go for it. I'm a bot, so you know, not that much happening. But looks like Germans are going to be re-pushing this. You know, they do have the player ad, not by much, but they don't have the Uber ad. Sorry, they do have the Uber ad. Colours are confusing for me, guys. So with this Uber ad, they're going to take it nice and quick through somewhere. Probably, looks like they might be going through the low refracted, but it doesn't matter. Actually going to get Dr. Phil, won't matter. It won't stop the Uber as well. He jumps in, dude, big damage right off the back at the spawn door. As everyone's jumping up, not really everyone, but all the red team jumping on point right now as Warrior sticks off. No one is playing on the side of the Germans. Not looking too good. Is unable. Is just harassing Martin. Heavy. Doing. What is even happening? They got out.
I don't know if you've watched what happened with Unable there, but he missed 11 shots on Martin.
That's a beef and a half, man.
I'm counting.
Oh,
that's not good. But Fishkoff is onto Martin right now. He just forced the Uber. So they are going to make the way hell out of second. He is sticking off. Oh, Smeary is in deep. He's on Honey right now. Honey is left alone in choke. Absolutely abandoned. Nothing he can do there. And backcap happening right now. Stefan is on last. He's doing it. He's against Polygon. Can he take him down? Does take him down. Smeary nearly dies on himself. But it was a white coming out from the blue team. And the back line as everyone else died, but that back cap was so close, so close.
So close, but doesn't matter. Sent two players back to get it. Stefan, you know, he did his job. He got a frag. He's a scout. You know. But looks like so far, gives you really close. Excuse me, I'm tired. But it's, you know, these players right now that again it's. You know, the ad that is on the side of Swift, not very much. You know, Honey's going to catch up fairly soon, so you know you can probably explain the whole situation recently. What happened that last? What do you think went wrong? Because I've seen a few things.
Yeah, well, they started committing, and then they didn't commit deep enough players into the right hand side, which is where they're all holding. So they just sort of like trickled out. Unable was all the way in though. And he was on Martin forever, is what it felt like. And no one was really dealing with him because they were still trying to deal with all the people on the other side. But Alba is currently checking for off classes. Ubers are even, so it's just a stalemate right now. It's currently 1-1 on the scoreboard. 12 minutes left on the clock, so they've got a lot of time to play with both of these teams, and not a lot that they can really lose too much of. Because if they just tie it out here, it's going to go to golden cap, which is not ideal. SVIFT. They want to draw this one out. They don't want to lose this.
They do. That is true, but they do have the Alba sniper coming out right now, so this should be interesting. We do see a Warrior going in deep. Does he hit the pipe? Oh, he nearly hits the follow-up pipe there from the stick. Doesn't quite get it. Martin just avoiding it with his skingy's teeth. Not really much there, but they all hear the sniper and they're all bunched up just outside Cafe. Alba maybe try to go for a hero shot there. We try and recreate Ran, but not without the sentry part. But we do see Speedy going down right now as the Ubers are coming out from both sides, although Swift do have a much better Uber and they're going back to chase Stefan out of all the things. Dr. Phil, he just tries to maybe try to jump through, but he's going to jump through into Flowers. Speaking of jumping through, it looks like the whole of the Germans are going to be jumping through Cafe pretty soon.
They just seem to be bashing through this. Albert has actually got a really good sideline, but there is a soldier onto Honey right now. Only just misses that rocket. That skimmed his face.
Warrior is in deep, a little bit too deep for his own good. Elbow deep, and he goes down. And oh, Smeary with the pipes. Oh my Jesus.
This man's a pipe god.
See, oh, Dr. Phil. Going to get Alba, but Alba gets the body shot on him in the end there, or at first, but Dr. Phil got the frag. Anyway, it doesn't matter, it was a trade. So, looks like so far, you know, we do see Stefan pistol down, Warrior going deep, once again, missing the pipes on the mark, no rolls hitting, but Stefan gets the clean up frag, Warrior going down, takes his sword, doesn't matter, Smeary going down. It's, Warrior going in for the sacks, something's not adding up. He's not happy. Let's put it that way.
I think he's fed up with the sacks coming out from his soldiers and realizes that he can jump through, sticky off the medic as he backs out, maybe land a pipe. If he combines a sticky and a pipe, that's it. It's done. But they have actually got this Uber out now, and they're starting to work their way towards mid. They've only got 70%-ish at the moment, so they are going to make their way through right now and just try and get as much space as they can before they get the Uber. Maybe a little bit of a miscalculation. Soldiers do trade in Cafe, and they are making their way onto mid right now. They are starting the cap as well and doing a really good job. Phil spots them out in Cafe as well, probably calls it to his team. And great kind of push right there. Good pressure.
Yeah, I was going to say no one's on the flank there, but Ryzen was thinking about maybe going for a play, but second guessed it and just backed off. But, you know, he's going to be watching the flank either way, spam it out. They are building. They do have the Uber on the side of Swift right now. Excuse me, honestly I hate college. But right now, it's kind of just another, not a stalemate, but it's just kind of a hold right now. No player wants to do something, you know. It is a tie and there's only 10 minutes left.
Yeah, there is still a lot of time on the clock. I say 10 minutes is quite a lot of time to still get rounds, because we have seen minute rounds happen before. We have seen some ridiculous last pushes that have managed to get capped out with 1 second left on the clock, but that was very close.
Yeah, but Water, you're nearly getting picked out there. Just a wee bit too deep. Fishkopf going in. Gets a rock out.
Oh,
Gets the drop on him! Ah, but that doesn't matter. Fishkopf's got to kill himself, so that's not going in the frag movie.
That's not going to the frag movie at all, but Martin dying there has signalled the alarms. The blue team are in. It is Warren Stefan. Warren unable Wing their way in. Honey actually eats a pill on the way in, but the red team, have actually wrapped them around, and they are currently capping mids. They're going to have to go back to deal with this one. They keep doing this. They keep going behind them and capping. Alba is actually on mid, however, sniping through flowers, and is going to get chased out by Dr. Phil as they make their way back onto second now that they have this player advantage. And it looks like they're going to remount the push now, Plunk.
Looks like they are, but they're going to watch out for that Alba sniper. What are you going in again? Just getting hyped by Smeary. They are 3 down on the side of Swift, and they're probably going to take this pretty safely. There's no sniper, but they do need to watch out for the respawners. They have just got no off classes yet, but you know, let's hope the Germans need to use this Uberad right now.
Yeah, they do indeed. It looks well. We are seeing the off classes coming out from Alba right now. He is currently up on the heavy, 60% on Martin. So it's a now or never kind of push. So they are. I don't know if they noticed how big of a new round they have, but they are making their way into lobby right now. Martin is up to 80%. It's starting to even out. They need to get in now, otherwise that Uberad is just totally wasted, and they have in fact wasted it now as they do have the Uber. So nothing's going to happen for a few seconds here. They've recognised that they have Uber. Rising is currently in lower. So Alba is on sniper. So we're going to see if Alba can make a play here. Maybe pick War or pick Honey and try and get a very crucial class, and then see if they can mount a push out of that.
Maybe, but Warrior was really weak there himself. Sticking off, he's weak once again, taking the damage. Alba going down, Fishkopf getting him. It's going to give a wee bit more wiggle room for the Germans right now. You know, knowing that their sight lines aren't going to be, you know, constantly watched, and Alba going to be ready to headshot them any time. But it looks like they're kind of just being really passive during this whole thing. Polygon is on the right side spamming into Shar.
This is the beauty of Sunshine Last. It's such a compact last that getting it here really requires two. But Alba are nearly getting the shot out actually. Dr. Phil is jumping around the corner trying to get the best done. The Stickies from Smiro defending his sniper nicely. Very good hold. Both of them being piped over. War doing his best there to just hold off the aggression, but Alba just trying to sneak around that corner right now. Not really finding the angles, unfortunately, trying to get as many buffs as he can. Still peeking around that corner. Oh my god, why peek him out from enabled actually on the counter sniper? Did not spot that one. It's going to be interesting, this sniper duel now with Plunk, now that we have another sniper on the field.
Yeah, but it looks like he's going to be peeking right now. Misses the shot on Smeary right there, but Smeary going to be peeking quite a lot himself. Eats, you know, a wee bit of damage, not enough to, you know, go whoa, knee back out there. You know, it was only overheal he got rid of. But Smeary watching that sight line like a hawk, man. But it looks like Unable's rotating to low. Yes, Mark! Oh, Smeary.
Shot coming out there from lower, great positioning coming out of Unable. But now that they've had this, they have popped that Uber out and they are heading into last. The Uber has already faded. Albert eats a headshot. Unable still going to work on this. He hits 50 damage onto Ixie as well. It looks as if they're going to go straight to the point right now as all their heals are off currently. Martin's up and it's 2-1 now. Plunk. That is incredible plays coming out from the big carry there, Unables.
Unable, man, goes rotates slow. No one really checking it, and he just gets that free. That Martin was just standing there in the open and takes the body shot.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for Martin there, Monk, but here we go. Fourth mid, everything can still change. There are still 5 minutes.
There is still 5 minutes. You never know. There are as you said, 1 minute rounds. See how this goes. As you said, this mid is a wee bit unpredictable what happens. As we do see Dr. Phil and Fishkopf kind of on their side, right? The Polygon is in their cafe. We do see both scouts kind of edging the way in. As we do see Rising first pick of the game. Not really much happening. Bolts out. Martin getting pistol down, sorry, scattergun down. There was a pistol down, I'm kind of deaf. But, you know, not really much happening. Everyone's kind of dropping like flies on the side of Swift. But also a lot of damage happening on the, you know, to...
oh no, Honey's not
oh,
fight
no,
Ixie
no,
alone.
no, 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 no. Honey gets the arrow on Ixie, skewing, you know, that Uber ad.
Honey Medic Beast. Honey Medic Beast.
You're
That's
biased
all I
because
can
he's your
say.
brother, shut up.
Oh, let's just say it anyway. Oh, he kills Ixie. Ixie's killed him so many times, that must feel good as a little bit of revenge, to be honest. But Blue Team did manage to win out that fight despite it being rather scrappy. A lot of the fights are sort of scattered in 1v1s across the mid, but Martin getting killed early meant that the heal advantage was on the blue side. So they ended up with better health overall on their players, allowing them to still take this mid fight. And a lovely arrow from Honey managing to kill off Ixie to halt the aggression. But we are already seeing an engineer coming up from Ixie to build a sentry gun, as the Uber advantage is currently in Blue Team's favour, and they are expecting this red point to be capped out. And it is currently as they start pushing their way in. So it's going to be interesting to see how they start to develop this push coming out from the blue team right now. But it looks as if Honey is angling to go lower, so we should see what will happen here.
Yeah, it looks like, you know, they're going to be taking it in right now as we do see it rising, going in, trying to get the force early. But the sentry on 1 HP finally does go down right there. And they're kind of, war getting dropped at the last second. But Uber does come out on the side of Swift. And it looks like a lot of the Germans are kind of split up as Honey got out by himself and, you know, finally gets connected to a scout, and it looks like Swift have a free ticket to kind of walk back in unless someone does something. But we do, oh, never mind, we do see Stefan walking up to the point, getting a wee bit more pressure on, denying completely. Doesn't matter, Smeary going to hit a pipe like by like 1mm, not hitting him, doesn't matter, he's going down unable and biting off more than he can. What are you eating? Oh, hitting two beautiful pipes there. Clean up pipes, but pipes nonetheless. But we do see Fishkoff getting skybox. He's not really doing much. But kind of scrappy all around right now. A lot of frags being traded. And looks like the Germans are going to get out. They just don't have the advantage.
Yeah, they couldn't really get anything done there. Not a lot being found or cleaned, but we are seeing a big rotate coming out from several players as Polygon is now jumping through. It's just a big distraction. He does hit an air shot from Dr. Phil, does get onto Honey and lower, but he does get cleaned up, nearly managing to get the kill onto that blue medic. He does get the pack, but there's a back cap coming out from Stefan right now. He is in, Shocky is in, I repeat. He's onto Ixie, hits a nice beat shot. He is going in lower right now, trying to just distract as many players as possible. We should see a push coming out from the blue team right now, as, okay, blue team don't want to push. They are all the way back. All that space created was for Nout. And
that's life, isn't it? But, you know, maybe the Germans realise there's 2 minutes on the clock, they can play it safe. But Alba going in a wee bit, he's going to get picked off. Martin's going to get the force as he is half HP. Uber's coming out on both sides right now. They have exchanged. They kind of just looking at each other. Dead eye. You know, not much of a better than Uber, but, you know, oh no. Water, you get cleaned up at Ixie right there. Ixie going down unnailed, and it's kind of not looking too good. Martin does go down, not really much to come from that. It's just going to be a scrap. It is only Stefan and Honey, but Stefan's all the way back, and it's only Honey on mid right now. Now you want to see Honey just still taking the fight, man. He's going in for it, man. You know what I mean? He's that. Oh, Smeary. Honey hitting the air shot. You know what, man? I'll take it.
Well, fair play. Like Stefan nailed the backhand there. He was there the entire time fighting 3 people. Rising is currently in, however, he's on the mid. Tries to go to Honey, beefs 1 rocket, lands the second. Honey might crater for full damage here, he does in fact crater. And looks as if Martin is just going to be holding back there. Fishkopf is making his way through flowers right now, trying to get as much space as possible. They're just trying to split up the red players right now. Both scouts are in onto Alba though, of all targets. They do get Polygon. A back cap actually happens from Fishkopf. Incredible plays come from him. This is so scattered, Plunk. I can't follow this.
I mean, it's hard for me to follow with all the salt that I've been inhaling, but Fishkopf getting finally cleaned up. And it looks like they're going to be taking back their second, but once again, the Germans put it nice and slow. They know they can win this. There is only 45 seconds left on the clock. I think it's practically impossible for the Swift to take it now, but... we've seen weirder things happen, to be honest.
Yeah, they are just trying desperately to stack this cap, but I don't think there is time for them to get all the way through onto last. Blue team are in fact probably going to have their Uber for this last. Martin has his Uber, Honey's on 70% right now. Really not one to get caught out, is actually playing in the shuttle right now. Polygon is in. A single death from the side could mean disaster for the team, but they have managed to keep everyone alive. Phil is actually in behind right now. So it is a do or die situation right now.
Oh, they're coming in, they're coming in,
this
they're
is
coming
7
in.
in the making. They are actually going in. They're on the point right now. Uber is popped. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, Plunk, 2 seconds, 1 second. They're just going to stand on this, and that is GG. The Germans have actually won out against SVIFT. That is incredible, Plunk. Not how I thought it would go. So we knew it would be close, but we didn't think the Germans would actually win this one.
It looks like they're revoking their sponsorship contract for SWIFT. Bye bye.
Wow. That was an incredible game. Well played from the Germans to just sort of work well around SVIFT, understand what they were going to do on this last push, and just play totally against it. That was absolutely insane. But I was wondering if we're going to see a repeat of the the 7 final where they managed to cap it 1 second left on the clock. It was just incredible. Imagine if this went to a golden cap though.
If this went to a golden cap, man, my brain would be fried enough. I've got too much solder in my body, man. I'm only going to die at 30, but doesn't matter. We have logs to go see now, boys.
Good logs. I love some logs.
That's a Highlander match. Why am I looking at that? There we go. Got the logs.
I've also got the logs. If we would like to put them up on the stream, but things that are jumping out of me sort of immediately is the power of the Red Scouts. Ixie and Alba appear to be doing a lot of cleanup against the damage of Smeary, and Smeary actually coming in with the top damage for that entire game. But the top frags coming out of the scouts of Alba and Ixie, both in the 1-2 spots for that, and that really shows how the SVIFT's playstyle is. We're going to sack our soldiers, we're going to send them in, and see if we can get force. And off the back of that, we're going to use Smeary's big pipes, big damage, use the scouts to the best of their ability, and clean up on all that damage. But we did see more effective bombs coming out from the side of the blue team, since they got more forces. But we did see Honey drop to a lovely airshot coming out from Polygon. So who's the real winner here, Plunk? Who's the real winner?
Obviously the Germans.
Yeah, you're right.
But in my heart, Smeary will always be the real winner.
Polygon the real winner as he got that airshot onto Honey. The heals were sort of stacked against the blue team. Some good heals coming out from Honey, 1,100 healing a minute and 1,000 coming out from Martin per minute. Even Ubers, everything even. This was a just straight up incredibly even game. Unfortunate for War, look at his damage and look at his frags versus deaths. It's the life of a demo man on this team who keeps sacking in, dealing loads of damage and getting barely any picks is unfortunate.
That's true, that's true. Not really much to talk about because the first map we never really got to see. Personally for me, I was kind of off it and we just sort of cut it to music. But anything else you want to talk about, Lucky? Anything you really feeling?
Well, it'll be interesting going forward to see how SVIFT is going to go up against these other teams, because we have seen them do well against the other teams, and this is the Germans' first big win. The big 6-0 on their board. So they're gonna really benefit from these points on the leaderboard, and it's gonna be we don't have many weeks left. We have week 6 and week 7 coming up, so we should see some leaderboard changeabouts now that we've seen 7 lose a point, well lose a round, and we've seen SVIFT actually drop a round as well, but the Germans winning one, so you might see a reach up coming up, Plunk. But that's all from me, I think.
So I've not really got any closing words myself because I'm a bit out at the TF2 scene, or just kind of keep up because of collage. But I haven't really got much to say, so I think we could probably wrap up here. So this has been ETF2L Season 31, sponsored by Copenhagen Games and STN Trading. And that's me. I've been joined by Lucky on the analysis and Console on production. So that's us, and hope to see you soon.